This meeting was provided and published in the Asbury Park Press and the Ocean Star on January 16, 2026. Copies of the agenda were provided to the newspaper, posted on public bulletin boards in the Township website.
Thank you. I'm going to ask for a roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Here.
Councilman Menachino.
Here.
Councilwoman Rena.
Here.
Councilman Cohen. Councilman Cohen.
Here.
Councilwoman Travers.
Here.
Vice President Ambrosino.
Here.
President Feynman.
Here. And I would like to dedicate the moment of silence in memory of Jackson Muller. So if we could please rise for Pledge of Allegiance, followed by that moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. And do we accept the reports from the municipal officers to be filed?
Yep.
Copy that. Thank you. Can I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from the May 12th, 2026 public hearing?
Motion.
Second.
Copy that. Thank you. Can I get a roll call?
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilman Menachino.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rena.
Yes.
Councilman Cohen.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Ambrosino.
Yes.
President Feynman.
Yes. And can I ask for a motion and a second to approve the minutes from the May 12th, 2026 meeting?
Motion. Second.
Copy that. Thank you. Roll call?
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilman Menachino.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rena.
Yes.
Councilman Cohen.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Ambrosino.
Yes.
President Feynman.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And at this point, I'd like to invite Mayor Crate to the podium. We have some presentations tonight. What? Oh, what did I say?
Good evening, everyone. If I could please have our EMS members come on up. Come on down. Along with Director Riccio. Emergency medical services professionals serve on the front lines of public safety, providing compassionate, life-saving care to residents and visitors during times of illness, injury, crisis, and disaster. In May 2006, Brick Township hired 6 emergency service technicians and established the Brick Township EMS Rescue as a municipal emergency medical service dedicated to delivering professional, reliable, and efficient emergency medical response to the community. For 20 years, the members of Brick Township EMS Rescue have answered many thousands of calls for service, responding at all hours of the day and night to medical emergencies, motor vehicle accidents, rescues, and other critical incidents, often under challenging and stressful circumstances. Today, the Brick Township EMS Rescue consists of 36 full-time and 31 part-time EMS technicians who, under the direct leadership of Director Jim Riccio, demonstrate an unwavering commitment to excellence, professionalism, and public service while continually adapting to advancements in emergency medicine and emergency response practices. The Township of Brick recognizes the countless sacrifices made by EMS professionals and their families and acknowledges the invaluable contributions of all past and present members who have helped build Brick Township EMS Rescue into the respected organization that it is today. As mayor, I just want to say how proud I am of all of the individuals standing behind us and all of those that couldn't join us this evening. We have the best of the best here in the state, and I'm honored to be able to say that they work here in Brick Township every single day of the year, 24 hours a day. and I'm just really pleased to have them here. So in honor of that, I, Lisa Crate, Mayor of the Township of Brick in the County of Ocean in the state of New Jersey, in honor of the 20th anniversary of its founding, do hereby proclaim Wednesday, May 27th, 2026, to be Brick EMS Rescue Day in the Township of Brick, and I call upon all residents to join me in thanking Director Jim Riccio and the staff of the Brick EMS Rescue, both past and present, for their exemplary service to our community. And I would like to invite Jim up to say a few words. Thank you.
No. Good evening, everyone. So for 20 years, Brick EMS Rescue, formerly Brick Police EMS, has been serving the residents of Brick Township. It was 20 years ago this month, Brick EMS Rescue was born and started what would be a tradition of providing Brick Township residents the absolute best medical care possible. Over the past 20 years, Brick EMS has answered nearly 200,000 calls for service, with the number of annual calls for service increasing each year. On May 16, 2006, we hired the first EMS personnel: EMS Chief Mike Botts, EMS Deputy Chief Tim Kramer, and EMT Joe Sharkey. Later that year, on November 1st of 2006, we hired EMT Andy Cogswell. These dedicated professionals are still with us today and helped to build Brick EMS from its inception to what it is today. Over the past 2 decades, we have experienced many positive changes that include increasing our number of personnel, full-time, part-time, and seasonal, adding to our number of supervisors, increasing our fleet and specialized equipment, and adding the number of strategically placed stations from which we respond. I'm proud of the great work that our EMS personnel do each and every day, and Brick residents can be assured that in their time of need, the members of Brick EMS will be there ready and willing to do what is necessary to render aid and save lives. The professionalism, dedication, and expertise of our EMS personnel far exceeds that of most, and our residents are fortunate to have them serving Brick Township. But that is something that would not be possible without the support of our Township administration. Our mayor, our business administrator, and our Township Council understand the importance of a strong, well-equipped, and well-staffed emergency services, which is why they continually make certain that we have the best equipment and resources necessary to perform our job. So I would also like to thank Mayor Crate, our Township Business Administrator, Joanne Bergen, and the Township Council who go out of their way to support our department. In closing, I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate our EMS personnel on reaching this 20-year milestone, and I would like to express my gratitude for having the privilege of being able to work alongside these extraordinary heroes now and in the future. I wish all of our EMS personnel the very best and would ask that each day you pray for their safety as they selflessly serve our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Well-deserved. I would like to, at this time, actually call up Patrolman James Albanese and the PBA President, Scott Smith, for another presentation as well.
I like to be laid back. Good evening. My name is James Albanese, and I am a member of the Brick Township PBA Local 230. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Mayor Lisa Crate, Business Administrator Joanne Bergen, Council President Steve Feenman, Council Vice President Derek Ambrosio, Councilman Gregory Cohen, Councilman Perry Albanese, Councilman Vince Mendocino, Councilwoman Lena Reyna, and Councilwoman Melissa Travers. Thank you for your continued support of the men and women of the Brick PBA. Our local embodies the idea of Brick Proud. Our members are proud to serve the Brick Township community. We are proud of the representation here that puts the needs of Brick first and strive every day to make Brick Township the ideal place to want to live and raise a family. Being a police officer is an incredibly difficult job on so many fronts, but no call gives you the sense of purpose and community such as a first aid call. Many first aid calls are a cry for help, a person's last line of hope to help them get through difficult times. These difficult times come with a degree of humility, where the person you are can help lift up the people in the room and bring hope where there was none before. I have witnessed this occur time and time again by our Brick Township EMS personnel on scene, comforting, encouraging, supporting, and helping those in need. As we celebrate EMS Week and the 20 years of service the Brick Township EMS Squad has provided to the residents of Brick, we reflect on their hard work, dedication, and absolute professionalism. I have had the privilege to work with some of the most compassionate, caring, truly good people who strive to give their patients everything they have to make them feel safe. RMTs are the gold standard, and the PBA wanted to ensure that their professionalism does not go unrecognized. Here at the PBA, we would like to take the opportunity to show our appreciation to the Brick EMS Squad by partnering up with a local Brick Township business, Fahrenheit Coffee. Fahrenheit Coffee is located on Manilokin Road, and they allowed the PBA to pre-purchase coffee cards, which allowed our EMTs to pick a beverage of their choice at no cost to them. The Brick Township PBA Local 230 applauds the amazing, dedicated work of our Brick Township EMS Squad, and I provide, excuse me, at the end, thank you for your time.
I'll go first.
Ladies first, always.
I called it. Yes. Maybe she should switch with Greg. Now, I can see her from my eye, but when I look at the camera, that's much better. One more, and then you guys are clear. Okay, sorry.
Awesome, thanks.
Are you done presentation-wise, or whose is this? Chief's?
Thank you.
All right, moving on to the consent agenda.
All matters listed under item consent agenda will be enacted by one motion in the form listed below. If discussion is desired on any item, this item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately.
Thank you. 5-1, please.
Recognize Brick Township's EMS 20th Anniversary and National EMS Week.
Council Vice President Ambrosino.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution formally recognizes the 20th anniversary of the Brick Township EMS and National EMS Week. Brick Township EMS Rescue Squad started in May of 2006, when the township first hired 6 EMS technicians, representing the first paid EMS squad in our town's history. Today, the Brick Township EMS Rescue Squad includes 36 full-time technicians, 31 part-time employees, all working under the fantastic leadership of Director James Riccio. Thank you.
Thank you. 5-2, please.
Authorize appointment of tax collector.
Councilman Cohen.
Thank you, Council President. The resolution authorizes the appointment of Tricia Greco as municipal tax collector. Ms. Greco is filling the vacancy created with the retirement of tax collector Kelly Napolitano, who has spent 37 years serving the taxpayers of Brick Township.
Thank you. 5-3, please.
Authorize insertion of Chapter 159, New Jersey Department of Community Affairs, Brick Senior Center, 2024 funding.
Councilwoman Travers.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the insertion of a grant in the amount of $200,000 from the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs. This grant is provided for 2 minibuses used for dialysis transportation and for the parking lot improvements at the senior center. Thank you.
Thank you. 5-4, please.
Authorize insertion of Chapter 159, Ocean County Office of Senior Services, 2026 Area Plan Contract.
Councilman Minichino.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the insertion of a grant in the amount of $170,500 from the Ocean County's Office of Senior Services. This annual grant is used to offset the cost to operate our senior centers and provide services to Brick Township seniors. Thank you.
Thank you. 5-5, please.
Authorize insertion of Chapter 159 Ocean County Planning Board Pump Out Boat Grant 2026.
Councilwoman Reyna.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the insertion of a grant in the amount of $50,000 from the Ocean County Planning Board for the operation and maintenance of 3 pump-out boats, the Bay Saver, Bay Defender, and Waste Not, which service the effluent discharge need of boaters in Brick Township's waters. The pump-out boats provide a convenient, inexpensive, and environmentally safe means for boaters to dispose of effluent waste. In this grant, Brick operates and maintains the pump-out boats, and the county reimburses the township up to $50,000 for costs incurred for the 3 boats. Thank you.
Thank you. 5-6, please.
Authorization to prepare and mail estimated tax bills for third quarter 2026.
Councilman Albanese.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes a bid to prepare and mail estimated tax bills for the township's third quarter installment of 2026 taxes.
Thank you. 5-7.
Authorize cancellation of stale data check municipal court general account.
Council Vice President Ambrosino.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the cancellation of stale dated checks from the municipal court general account totaling $47. Thank you.
Thank you. 5-8.
Authorize award of contract printing services.
Councilman Cohen.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes an award of a contract for printing services to Concept Print, Nyack, New York, and Ridgewood Press, Ridgewood, New Jersey. Bid notices were sent to 50 prospective bidders from our bidders list, and 4 bids were received, with Concept Print and Ridgewood Press being the lowest responsible bidders.
Thank you. 5-9.
Authorize sale of surplus property, public works vehicles, and equipment.
Councilwoman Travers.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes an auction of surplus equipment no longer needed for public use comprising of various vehicles and equipment from the Department of Public Works. Thank you.
Thank you. 5-10.
Authorize sale of surplus property, police vehicles, and equipment.
Councilman Minikino.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes an auction of surplus equipment no longer needed for the public use comprising of various vehicles and equipment from the police department. Thank you.
Thank you. 5-11.
Authorize award of contract Traders Cove Safety Surface.
Councilman Cohen.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes an award of a contract the amount of $155,680 to Rubber Cycle of Lakewood for the resurfacing of the playground at the Traders Cove Playground. This improvement was approved in the 2026 capital budget.
Thank you. 5-12.
Authorize award of contract purchase and delivery of one 2026 Chevy Tahoe for traffic safety.
Councilwoman Travers.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the award of contract in the amount of $55,885.90 for a 2026 Chevrolet Tahoe as approved in the 2026 capital budget for the Police Department's Traffic Safety Division. This vehicle has towing capacity for traffic safety signs and other equipment needed by the division. Thank you.
Thank you. 5-13, please.
Authorize award of contract purchase and delivery of one 2026 Chevy Tahoe for patrol supervisor.
Councilman Cohen.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the award of a contract in the amount of $54,469.55 for a 2026 Chevrolet Tahoe as approved in the 2026 capital budget for the Police Department's Patrol Division.
Thank you. 5-14.
Authorize award of contract purchase and delivery of one 2026 Chevy Tahoe for command staff.
Councilman Minikino.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the award of a contract in the amount of $54,469.55 for a 2026 Chevy Tahoe as approved in the 2026 capital budget for the Police Department's command staff. Thank you.
Thank you. 5-15.
Authorize award of contract purchase and delivery of 155 Glock G47 handguns.
Council Vice President Ambrosino.
Thank you, Council President. We're going to buy some guns. This resolution authorizes an award of contract in the amount of $79,670.25 for the purchase and delivery of 155 Glock G47 handguns for our police department. This equipment is a replacement of primary duty weapons,
with a new duty weapon with optics. This purchase is being made through state contract. Thank you.
Thank you. 516, please.
Authorize award of contract, purchase and delivery of one jet vac.
Councilwoman Travers.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes an award of contract in the amount of $576,454.16 with Grand Turk Equipment of Bridgeport, Pennsylvania for a jet vac truck for the Township's Road Department. This purchase was approved in the 2026 capital budget.
Thank you. 517, please.
Authorize final application to the NJ Department of Environmental Protection for the Michael A. Milano Park diversion.
Councilwoman Travers.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution supports the Township's request for approval for an after-the-fact diversion of parkland that occurred in 2002. At the time, the Ocean County Engineering Department and the Township of Brick collaborated on the reconstruction of Brick Boulevard and Drum Point Road. To accommodate stormwater management and reduce construction costs, the Township granted a drainage easement and right-of-way dedication over a 2.464-acre portion of Michael A. Milano Park, the Police Athletic League field, for construction of a stormwater detention basin and road widening. At the time, neither party recognized this constituted a diversion of Green Acres protected parkland. Stormwater facilities constructed on parkland to support recreational use, examples of park parking, lot drainage, are not considered diversions. However, this facility was built to serve county roadways, a separate public purpose, thus constituting a diversion. The diversion was discovered during a 2009 stewardship inspection and formally communicated in August 2010. To compensate the public, the Township, in partnership with Ocean County Natural Lands Trust, acquired and preserved the 10.10-acre beaten track in 2011. This compensation provides exceptional value, a 4.1 to 1 acreage replacement ratio and 2.4 to 1 value ratio, significantly exceeding Green Acres required 2 to 1 minimum. Thank you.
Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you. 518, please.
Authorize special event permit, brick cheer kickoff event.
Councilwoman Reyna.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes a special event permit for a brick cheer kickoff event on Saturday, July 18th, from 3 to 6 p.m. at the Brick Pal Building. Thank you.
Thank you. 519, please.
Authorize special event permit, Battle at the Beach lacrosse event.
Councilman Albanese.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the special event permit for the Battle of the Beach lacrosse event on June 13th, 2026, from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Drum Point Sports Complex.
Thank you. 520.
20A is 100% DAV widow of veteran deduction at Block 755, Lot 37. 20B is 100% DAV widow of veteran deduction at Block 1429.02, Lot 15. And 20C is a tax exemption at Block 548, Lot 20.02.
Thank you. That brings us to the end of the consent agenda. Can I have a motion and a second on the consent agenda?
Motion.
Second.
Copy that. Thank you. Open to council. Seeing none, close council. Open to the public for questions on the resolutions only. Seeing, yes, sir. Yeah. That's you. Yeah, Mr. Finelli. Coming up to the lectern.
I caught the first one.
My apologies. My deepest apologies.
It didn't get past me.
I'm embarrassed.
I thought I was going to have to retrain you.
I'm caught up now.
2 quick questions. On item 15, everybody's getting a new firearm. What do we do with the old ones?
It's a great question.
I'm sorry.
They go back, we get a credit for them.
Okay.
So they're
The police
against,
chief's here, yes. so
they're
he answered
against
that
the
for you.
order? Did they go with the order itself?
Yeah, so they'll go back to the supplier, and we get a credit for each one.
Okay. 'Cause you got, I was saying you got a real good price on these. Otherwise. Okay. And item 16, the jetpack. Rather expensive piece of equipment. What do we do with that?
So we use it to clean the storm drains, which is required, DEP requirement that we clean out, and plus, it also needs to be done, especially by the residents that live near them when they get clogged up, they're not working efficiently, and it creates roadway flooding. So 2 reasons: one, because we need to do it, but secondly, we have to be compliant with the DEP guidelines for cleaning.
That doesn't fall under the bailiwick of the MUA
No,
because they're storm
we're
stewards?
the drainage system. We're the drainage system. We're responsible for the drainage system.
Okay. Are they responsible for sewers, or is there a difference between sewers and a storm drain?
No.
No?
We're responsible for the storm drains and the sewers.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Anyone else, anyone else from the public regarding the resolutions only? Seeing none, close public. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilman Menachino.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rena.
Yes.
Councilman Cohen.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Ambrosino.
Yes.
President Feinman.
Yes. 521.
Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Brick that the following bills be paid and that the mayor and clerk be and are hereby authorized to draw orders on the treasurer for the amounts of the same. Computer bill resolution in the amount of $12,631,631.82.
Can I have a motion and a second on the computer bill resolution?
Motion.
Second.
Copy that, thank you. Open to council. Seeing none, close council. Open to the public for questions on the computer bill resolution only. Seeing none, close public. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilman Menachino.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rena.
Yes.
Councilman Cohen.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Ambrosino.
Yes.
President Feinman.
Yes. 522.
Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Brick that the following bills be paid and that the mayor and clerk be and are hereby authorized to draw orders on the treasurer for the amounts of the same. Manual bill resolution in the amount of $2,100,747.44.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and a second on the manual bill resolution?
Motion.
Second.
Copy that, thank you. Open to council. Seeing none, close council. Open to the public for questions on the manual bill resolution only. Seeing none, close public. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilman Menachino.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rena.
Yes.
Councilman Cohen.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Ambrosino.
Yes.
President Feinman.
Yes.
Thank you.
Moving on to item number 6.
An ordinance of the Township of Brick, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, amending the Township Code in Section 288-50, Schedule 20, speed limits to limit the speed limit along the entire length of Linwood Avenue to 25 miles per hour.
Thank you. I'm going to talk about this briefly. This ordinance extends the 25-mile-per-hour speed limit along the full length of Linwood Avenue. It was introduced in response to concerns raised by residents in the neighborhood, and we appreciate those who took the time to provide the feedback. As part of the process, the township conducted a formal traffic study using an established point-based system to ensure that any traffic control changes meet legal and safety standards. Based on the results of that study, 4-way stop signs at that particular location were not warranted. However, we were able to implement a speed reduction and will also be installing 2 flashing LED speed signs. These signs will help alert drivers to their speed while allowing the township to continue monitoring traffic patterns and driving behavior over time. We want residents to know that their concerns have been heard, and the township remains committed to improving safety wherever legally and practically possible. Thank you. And can I get a motion and a second on that?
I'll make that
ordinance?
motion.
I'll make the second.
Copy that. Thank you. Open to council. Seeing none, close council. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilman Menachino.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rena.
Yes.
Councilman Cohen.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Ambrosino.
Yes.
President Feinman.
Yes.
Thank you.
And before we move into the public comments, I would like to take a brief moment to acknowledge the tragic loss our community suffered on Tuesday, May 19, 2026. Jackson Muller's life was taken far too soon, and there are simply no words that can ease the pain felt by his family, friends, classmates, and everyone who knew and loved him. Our entire community is grieving alongside them. Please know that this council stands with you. We offer our full support to Jackson's loved ones and to everyone affected by this heartbreaking loss, and we will continue working to do everything we can to help prevent tragedies like this from happening again. Please know that your voices, concerns, and calls for action will be heard. Thank you. Now I'd like to open it up to public comments.
Please note that each person addressing the council during any section of the meeting during which public comment is permitted shall limit his or her remarks to 5 minutes pursuant to Brick Township Administrative Code, Section 2-33B.
Anyone from public who'd like to make any comments?
Hi, my name is Brent Swanson. I live on Lanes Mill Road, 2296. I think that you're supposed to say your address. Yes, okay. In light of what you just said about the tragedy, we're here to speak on behalf of the safety on Lanes Mill Road. As a resident on Lanes Mill Road, we've witnessed and we've also reached out with concerns to police officers. I have a special ed kid who has been riding a special ed bus for years, and they constantly read the reds. I'm not saying on a very occasional basis. I'm saying it happened twice within the last 7 school days. And the bus is always beeping, and he's always concerned that, why are they making me go faster? And he's a middle schooler. I mean, it's not even, at this point, it's been years of this. Major issue. I don't understand why it's okay. I mean, when we call and we say they're running the reds, it doesn't matter. It's not affected. I mean, if we're gonna just continue to have more tragedies if we don't address some of these issues, being that I live next door to Lanes Mill Road, Lanes Elementary School, Herbertsville Elementary School, the line, I'm sure you are aware of the line that I can't even get out of my driveway. They line up an hour before it's arrival and dismissal. Around the corner, it goes on to Herbertsville Road. So if you are anyone driving down Herbertsville Road and you want to make a right, whether they're lined up for arrival or dismissal, you cannot make a right. You get caught in just a non-moving lane that never goes anywhere. We understand that Lanes Mill Road is a county road. We've already reached out to our assemblymen who are Kenitra and McLuckin. They're willing to sit down and talk and discuss these issues. That's just one issue. There's plenty of issues, though. There's the issues of the crosswalks. There's the issues of the blinking light in front of my house for Herbertsville Road, the 25-mile-an-hour speed limit that does not work. There's one down by Lanes Mill School. One works going northbound. The one going southbound does not work. They don't light up, and the sign says when the lights are flashing, it's 25 miles an hour. It's a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit, but most people are doing 50. I would be happily to put a speed limit, like slow down in front of my house on my front lawn. Please come, put it there, because it's crazy. I don't want to see another tragedy, and either does anybody else. I'm asking for a study, just like the other people got for 25 miles an hour, with 3 schools on that road that you have walkers. I have a high schooler now. He's supposed to walk. We don't live on a side of the road that has the sidewalks that go all the way down it. We live on the side of the road that Jackson was crossing. So that means that he has to walk across the road with no guards. If you wanted to put sidewalks all the way down, and you only wanted to have one crossing guard, well, then they could walk all the way safely down on a sidewalk, still having to cross the cross streets, but not Lanes Mill Road where they're flying. It broke my heart before this tragedy to watch the cars fly by, and now it really is, because within less than 24 hours, they were just still flying by. Nobody slowed down and nothing happened. So something needs to change. Sidewalks, a study. We need to come together. Why aren't there enough flashing lights? The flashing lights at the people with the 25 mile an hour, and why are the ones that we do have, why don't they work? But we don't have one on our road that says how fast you're going. That exists on Maple Avenue, which is, nobody's walking to school on Maple Avenue, just a couple streets down. There's one there, and the speed limit's 35. But on our street, it's 40, which I don't understand, because I don't think we're gonna get it changed, and I know that we can't have speed bumps. I've been doing a lot of research on this because it leads right to the hospital. I understand that there's a lot of legalities, and it's a major road and a hub, but during these school hours, there's no reason. Why does the school zone just start at the driveway and end at the driveway of the school? Why doesn't it go when who needs to speed up, slow down, speed up, slow down? The schools, if you want kids to walk 2 miles, and that's what it says on the website, if you live within 2.5 miles, you're a walker, and you're having them all walk at that time. There's plenty of bus stops at that time on that road, and they're walking. Why can't it be a school zone the whole time between Lanes Mill and Herbertsville? Thank you.
Thank
I
you
hope
so
you
much.
heard me.
Absolutely, thank you. Is there anyone else from public who'd like to come up? Yes.
Hi, Lori Cotman, 332 Jerome Street. I want to thank you for your words. I trust that you will follow through. I believe that you will, and I'm confident in that. But I'm a resident of Brick for nearly 40 years. I raised 2 children in this community, and I've taught in the Brick School District for over 20 years. I made a promise to a grieving mother on Friday night that I would come tonight and I would speak, and I am here. I had the privilege of being Jackson's 3rd grade teacher. I was Olivia's 3rd grade teacher, and I'm currently Grayson's 3rd grade teacher. This family means a lot to me, and they mean a lot to our community. I want to repeat what the former speaker said. Just a few months ago, one of our Lanes Mill crossing guards was hit by a car in front of the school at dismissal, in front of students, parents, and staff members. It was all over social media when this occurred, that blinking light was not working in the direction that the crossing guard was hit. It was an accident. The woman said she thought she could stop in time, I don't know who it was actually. She said she could stop in time. She misjudged it. She hit the crossing guard. Fortunately, he was not injured very badly. But following that incident, people were commenting left and right about people going through these speed zones by the schools and the speeding and the problem that we have with people going by the blinking red lights. We just discussed the lines of the parents that are in drop-off and pickup. I know I have students in my class whose parents will not allow their children to ride the bus because they are nervous about that very thing, that someone is going to run the red blinking light and they're going to get hit by a car. And they would rather line up a half an hour before school starts and drop their child off and pick them up. And that's adding to our environment, our pollution, it's adding to our traffic, and we're paying a lot of money for these school buses that we have to provide to them by law, and they're sometimes, in some cases, are being underutilized. So it's not really benefiting any of us. I had a lot of other things prepared, but we did discuss that it is a county road, and I understand that, and that is something that we all have to recognize. But I teach my children that we have to learn from history, and we didn't learn from history. We had a crossing guard get hit a few months ago, and nothing really changed. That blinking light is still out, and now we've had an even greater tragedy. I think maybe in the interim, while we're going through the processes that we have to go through in order to get the county to take a look at things, I'm begging that we maybe consider increasing our police presence along the road. Start handing out tickets. It's inconvenient to our citizens. Too bad. A ticket is not a 15-year-old boy's life. You drive down Bridge Avenue, you see all the things that Point Pleasant did to try to make it safer for children on bicycles. You come over the bridge and you hit Bayhead, you go 25. Why do you go 25? Because you know Bayhead is not playing games. If you're speeding down Bridge Avenue in Bayhead, you're going to get a ticket. And everyone who lives around here knows that. I think we need to maybe start doing that, unfortunately. Start giving out tickets. Start not just on Lanes Mill Road, but wherever we need to do that to make it safer for our parents. They need to know that they can safely send their children walking and biking to school every day. Please, make this Jackson's legacy. Do whatever is in your power to get this rolling and to change the mindset of our community about how we drive in school zones. Do it to honor Jackson. Do it for the future of all the children that go to school in Brick Township. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else from public who'd like to come up with a comment? Okay.
All right. Hi, my name is Kristen Sturts, 701 Tall Oaks Drive. I am the PTA president at Vets Middle School, as well as I'm the county president for Ocean County, and I do have a board on the state PTA board as well. I've already reached out to our advocacy team to see what we could do. Brandon and myself have reached out to our local legislators to see that we're going to be having a meeting with them to see what we can do. I know not everything's going to be solved here tonight, but something has to happen. We have to all come together to fix this. Before this tragedy happened, my son, who's in 7th grade, when I get to high school, I'm going to walk to school. I've been driving him every year. He doesn't want to take the bus. I don't blame him. The kids on the bus are nuts at times. And then after, Tuesday, I said, there's no way in hell I'm ever letting you walk to school after that, because he would have to cross over Herbertsville, where there's no crossing guard or police. I think that's
That was a fast 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's okay. Go
That's
ahead.
okay, thanks.
That was incorrect.
But I have endless videos on my phone. I sit at that traffic light when I take my son to school at Herbertsville and Thiel, and the amount of people that run the light, that stop in the road, that U-turn in the road, while we have parents, because there's no parking. I don't know what the solution to that is, and I usually don't like complaining about things unless I have a probable, solution to it. But they park at that food pantry church, and they cross that street with strollers, with sometimes 3 kids, a dog. It's just honestly, I'm surprised it hasn't happened sooner. I don't wish that, but something's got to give. There's too many people walking. I know the state law is this 2.5 mile nonsense. We got to at least give people the option to take the bus if the safety is the concern. We have to hear our parents. And like you said earlier, I said when I saw, Kim at the funeral the other night, I gave her a hug and I said, anything you need, I will do. And she said, be at that meeting Tuesday night. So here I am. That's all.
Okay, thank you so much. Anyone else from public? Yes. Oh, I'm sorry, there's already a person coming up, but you could be next.
I'm a very terrible public speaker, so I promise I'll be quick. Maggie Morgan, 1134 Concord Drive. I also have a freshman who graduated with Jackson, and I promised his mom the same thing. My son was supposed to ride his bike, and he goes the same way Jackson goes every day. And he woke up late that morning, thank God. That being said, I really think it's on top of police presence during all school hours. I really think it's important for our young kids when they first start driving to see the police pulling people over that are speeding, especially in school zones. And they need to be seeing them getting tickets and holding them accountable for speeding in school zones. They don't see that, and I hate to say that. I know there's a lot of police officers here, but I drive there very frequently, and I very infrequently during school time see people getting pulled over. Drive down at noon, and there's police officers all over the place enforcing the speed limit, but in the morning it needs to be, morning and afternoon, it really needs to be enforced more. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, I think you wanted to come up.
Hi, my name's Michelle Tracy. I don't live on Lanes Mill, but I live right off of Lanes Mill, 536 Heather Lane. My kids also will be going into Brick Memorial. I'm a Brick Memorial person. Grew up, went to school, came through it, came back here to Brick. Love the town. But I watched them make all the sidewalks and the bumps going down, fixing it all up to make it to when they didn't have the availability for busing for all the kids for the high school. But it is not on our side, as with Bren. My kids don't have a choice when they go to school. They're gonna have to cross over on Lanes Mill as well. I've only seen one on Lanes Mill of the crosswalks that actually has the blinking light that you can press a button when you wanna cross over.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they not on every crosswalk that's in on a school zone? Like we said, there's 3 schools from point A to point B. plus an entire sports complex with all the baseball kids that are constantly going back and forth and across the road. That should totally not be like that. That should have been done a long time ago. I'm scared to death for my kids that will have to go to school and walk to school, not have an option. I don't understand why, even like we were talking about Bridge Avenue. Bridge Avenue is a 35-mile-an-hour zone. We're a 40-mile-an-hour zone with 3 schools. You know, there's grocery stores over there. We don't have a grocery store over here. This is all residential. The whole road of Lanes Mill is a residential, you know, a residential area, which I don't understand why it's, you know, and where the 25-mile-an-hour zone, you know, school district or school zones are, you have from here to here, there's a 40-mile-an-hour zone. It says 40 miles an hour. And then right here is where it says 25 miles an hour. And not blinking. So there's got to be a fix. There's got to be, it is sad that we're here. I've never been to a town council meeting before. I've been to a lot of Board of Education meetings, but not a town council meeting. And I'm shocked that there's not more people here, as irate as I feel inside. And we got to do better. We got to do better. So.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Chelsea Heptig. I live 716 Allwood Road. I'm also on the other side of Lanes Mill Road, where my children are considered walkers. We live just under 2 miles from Brick Memorial. I do drive my son. He's a sophomore. I drive him every morning. So I witness the chaos every morning. We have teen drivers, drive very fast, not paying attention. We have so many children walking on Lanes Mill Road, on the sidewalk, on the other side. We have children riding their bikes, and we have cars going very fast. And like everyone said, with the speed limit, it goes 40, 25, 40, 25. We have 3 schools on that road. Not only in the morning, like tonight, we have softball going on, baseball. We had band concerts going on at Brick Memorial at night. Friday nights, they have football. Kids are walking to the football games. It's all morning, it's all night, it's during the weekends, during the week. Why can't that road be 25 all the way down? Why can't maybe in the mornings, especially like a police officer, sit at different streets, like more towards Herbertsville, to monitor the speed that cars are going? My son, he knew Jackson, and my daughter knew Jackson from NJHS, and I drive my child, like I said, but there have been times that he's biked. There have been times that I couldn't drive and he's walked, and that could have been me, and that could have happened to me. My daughter is going to be a freshman next year, and again, I will drive. But in the case I get to, not every parent can, and we need to send our children safely to school. We need to buckle down on the speed limit, get it down to 25 all the way, so people aren't going fast, slow. We need to have more cops and crossing guard signs, just something, because I don't even know. I can't imagine what this family is going through right now. So I'm here, and I'm speaking on behalf of Jackson and his family in hopes that something can change.
Thank you. Anyone else from public? Yes.
My name is Leslie Lopez. I'm a teacher. I'm a mom of 2, also a special ed child. He's in veterans now. He's going to be walking to the high school next year. Before this unfortunate incident happened, he also told me, "Mom, I want to bike with my friend." And after unfortunate events, I'm not going to let him. And I hate to do that, as a mom, I have to restrict him from doing what he loves. You know, I have to unfortunately drive by the street every single morning going to work. And then my kids also have to, and remember seeing the flowers, the candles. I saw the mom crying one day. It was just destroying my whole day. But I'm begging you, please. I think I also live in Oregon Avenue. So the park there, Herbertsville, also needs street bumps or something because people really think it's a highway. They go 45, not realizing there's a curve around. I think somebody already bumped into the fence or something. And there's football going on just beyond that fence that you see there as you curve. There's cameras, but I think they're not functioning right now. So something has to be done. They already destroyed one of the fences behind the basketball field. They knocked it down. So I don't know if anyone is looking at that, the cameras are functioning or not. So that would be a concern as well. A lot of people walking their dogs, moms, you know, with their toddlers. So it's very scary. I'm constantly going out. I cannot even be cooking or anything. I'm just calling my kids out. They want to go out. They're kids, you know. How can you just say? So we just, all of us here, we're just begging you, please. It's very, very important, okay? Thank you so much.
Thank you. You had your hand raised before. Yeah, come on up.
I'm Scarlett Colley. I live on 557 Oregon Avenue. And I just wanted to say, I feel like we need to lower the speed limit, like, down on the beginning of Lanes Mill because that's really where all the kids walk. So if it's just at the school, that's not where they're going to be walking. And I also live on the side where you have to cross to go to the school. And one of my best friends is going to be a freshman next year. And I really don't want anything to happen to her or any of the kids. So I just really, really think we need to lower the speed limit and start the school, speed limit a little bit more ahead where the kids actually walk because that's what's most important. The kids have to walk there. And my friend said, I'm so excited to walk to school. And I said, I don't want you to walk to school. I don't want anyone to get hurt. So that's really, really, really important to me. And I don't want anything to happen to anyone. And my dad walks my dog right where the boy got hit every single day. And I just don't want anything to happen to anyone who lives there. And a bunch of other schools, the speed limit is so much lower on those streets. And we have 3 schools. And I just think it needs to be lowered by at least a little bit. And that will do a lot, just even a tiny bit. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having the courage to come up and say those things. Thank you. Anyone else? Yeah, you guys can come next.
So I was nervous, but I didn't tell my daughter I was nervous because if a 13-and-a-half-year-old can get up and do that. And she said, I told her I was coming. She said, Mom, I want to come with you. And she said, I want to speak. And so I have to do this for her, as nervous as I am. I grew up in Brick my whole life. My parents bought the house right before I was born. I'm 45 years old. I've been in Brick pretty much the entire time. I bought a house 2 blocks from where I grew up. I love Brick. We live on Oregon Avenue. We're the second house in on Lanes Mill. So we're on the opposite side of the high school. So we see cars fly by all the time. Every time I drive her to dance, every time I drive her anywhere, we're passing the memorial site. I've seen the mom out there crying 3 times. In the rain, I went out there, I introduced myself, I brought her an umbrella. I said, anything I can do to help her. I told her where I live, I said I would help her, and she said, I want the speed limit lowered. So that's why I'm here, that's why my family is here. As my daughter said, my husband walks the dog every single day in that same very spot. He was about to go that day, and something delayed him. This is not about me, this is not about my family, but I do want at least the school zone extended longer so they're going slower as you're approaching the school. My daughter is in 7th grade. If I send her to Brick Memorial, she would be considered a walker. We're on the opposite side of Herbertsville Park. So when she wants to walk to the park with her friends, I don't let her. I will drive her. And we live on Oregon where the park is. I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable. My husband has a motorcycle he hasn't rode in 2 years because I don't feel comfortable leaving Lanes Mill, my family, to walk the dog, to ride the bike. My daughter just made a friend, and she found out she lived on New Jersey Avenue, 2 streets away. I don't even want her walking there. And this is not how I grew up. I grew up on Millbrook Road, riding my bike every single day, everywhere, into Mayo States. That was the fun thing to do. I don't feel it's safe. I think that the crosswalks should have blinking lights. I think that there should be maybe 2 more crossing guards, a little bit spread out, have officers throughout the safe streets. Anything would help, and it would just make a huge difference so this never has to happen again. It's gut-wrenching to drive down the street and see Kim outside at the site pretty much every time I leave my house, and every time my daughter sees me cry, every time she's, Mom, you really gotta drive a different way. We don't want this to happen again, and we don't want this to be in vain. Please. That's all I got.
Oh,
Thank
one
you.
quick question,
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry, you didn't state your name for the record.
Sorry. Mary Ann Cawley.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so, hi. I'm Kaylee Sorrentino, and I live on 1615 Patriot Avenue.
I'm Doris Amador. I live 1607 Patriot Avenue.
And similar to what's being requested for Lanes Mill, myself and many others are requesting a traffic and speed study for Bursville Road near Patriot Avenue, which is what the road turns into after Lanes Mill. This is due to the same concerns as everybody else: ongoing speeding and serious safety concerns within our residential neighborhood. The speed limit is currently 40 miles per hour. This area has a large number of families, children, with many residents walking, biking, and playing outside. In addition, school buses and children waiting at bus stops are regularly present along this stretch of road. Despite this, vehicles frequently travel at speeds that appear unsafe for a residential area. Residents are increasingly concerned about the risk posed to children, pedestrians, bus riders, and vehicles entering or exiting homes along Bursville. Traffic volume and speed seem especially noticeable during the commuting, school, and evening hours. We respectfully ask Brick Township to review this section of Bursville as well as Lanes Mill and consider measures such as traffic and speed studies, increased enforcement, traffic calming solutions, speed monitoring, signage, or evaluation of some sort. Thank you for your time and attention and concern for this matter. Do you have anything you want to add?
I just really echo everything that she's saying. I mean, many of us came to Brick because it was deemed one of the safest neighborhoods, communities for years in a row, and we just want our kids to be safe. I mean, I usually go walking across on the other side, even as an adult trying to cross Bursville, getting over to the other side to do a 20, 30-minute walk. It takes me 10 minutes. I have to wait for the courtesy of somebody to stop to let me go. We don't have any crosswalks there. I echo what everyone else is saying in Jackson's name, too. I mean, other towns are doing it. Our pediatrician is in Howell, Ramtown, Greenville Road is 25 miles per hour. You know you can't go any faster than that. There's signage all over the floor, all over the street, 25 miles per hour, school zone. There's flashing lights. There's decoy police cars. There's all kinds of things. As a community, we really need to come together and just bring back what Brick was back in the day, bring it back to today. I mean, we are all here for the safety of our kids, for the safety of the community, and we stand behind the Mueller family. I mean, in his name, we really need to make changes. And I don't know if that comes from this council, or we have to go higher. We just need to know as a community where to go from here. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Anyone else from public? Yes.
I'm Mary Rupenthal. I live at 540 Rhode Island Avenue. I'm new to Brick. I remarried after my husband passed away and moved into my husband's house on Rhode Island Avenue. My children grew up on the Barrier Island, like you only saw a car every couple days and you knew who was driving it. I sit at the corner. I try to avoid going out before and after school just for safety concerns. I was sitting at the stop sign at Rhode Island and Lanes Mill the other day, and there was a group of kids, and they would walk in groups, they're friends, and they were doing everything right. They were on the sidewalk, they were walking, they had the right of way, and a truck that had been waiting, and I sat at that stop sign for a good 10 minutes because there were so many kids at school had just let out. I timed my leaving very badly. And this guy sitting in a pickup truck, waiting to make the turn, decided he waited long enough and turned right in front of a whole group of children. So it's not just about the speed limit, it's about respecting that the kids are the pedestrians. So I reiterate that I think maybe extend the school zone so we have crossing guards, or put a police car there during the times of, dismissal, to keep these kids safe, because they're doing it right. They're crossing at the crosswalks. They're doing everything they need to do, and I just think we need to make people aware, because people are just so disrespectful, and they just don't want to wait. And all these things could be avoided if we just educate people and hold people accountable. Like I said, if we gave out more tickets, it'd be worthwhile. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else from public? I'm sorry, the lady in the back behind you, she had her hand up before, but you could be next. Thank you.
I'm Jennifer Mazzi. I live on Greenwood Loop Road. My son is a walker. He has barely ever walked to school because I'm deathly afraid of what happens on that road. My friend Bren has actually picked him up for me if I couldn't be there. However, last week when I was driving him to school, on my way home, I had to stop behind the police car. Thank God it was there, because I can't even imagine. I saw bicycle parts. I did not see anything else, but that was enough for me to see. And I understand that you guys are here and you're Brick Township, but you have to be able to help. Surely you have to be able to reach out to somebody at the higher level to help us. This is not just the people who live near Lanes Mill, and this is not just the people who have to walk. This is a town-wide thing. This is Brick. We have 2 high schools here. We have a school. The entire road should actually be a school zone. There's not enough space in between them for the speed limit to go up and down, up and down. That's ridiculous. That's insane. And this winter was a ridiculous winter. There was so much snow. And I understand that it's the person who lives on the sidewalk's responsibility to shovel that. However, it wasn't done. And these kids had to now they don't have the sidewalk on that side of the road where the sidewalk is, because it was completely covered in snow. And my son did have to walk home with a bunch of other kids on that day. The snow, like so much snow. And they should be ticketed then if they're not shoveling their sidewalk. That's what the sidewalk is for. It's for people to walk in so that they are not having to walk in the street. However, they were, and then the buses go down the street while they're walking, and there's other cars coming down the street. And just this morning, I literally, I can't stop traffic for everyone, but I surely went 25 miles an hour down that road to stop the people behind me. And you know what? They were honking at me, and you know what? We came right up to that memorial, and I rolled down my window, and I pointed at what happened there. That has to be changed. The speed limit, you guys have to be able to help us. You just really have to be able to help us do something to fix that road. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
My name is Monica Blaskov. I am a massive stroke survivor, and Jennifer is for support for me. My daughter goes to Brick Memorial High School, and 1 year anniversary of my massive stroke, when I was actually very excited that I survived, and we had very bad car accident. Car hit us. I got additional brain injury. I lost my car. I become homeless, and I have no family in this country, and I'm basically advocate for myself, and I'm helping my daughter. And now my daughter is moving with her father to very close, so she's gonna have walking distance to school, and I'm terrified of her life. And also, I have no one else in this country besides her. So please do something. And English is my second language. So many people actually know me here. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else from public? Yes. Okay, thank you.
Hi, what do I say? Just my name and okay. I'm Maddie Tracy. I'm from Heather Lane, and I just want to say it was terrifying, the whole incident with Jackson. He did everything right, and an innocent person was killed because of somebody else's problems and their mistake. And they were going way too fast. There needed to be something different. It was not fair at all. And like, I went to school with Jackson, and I rode the bus with him, and his sister sat near me on the bus, and just seeing their whole family like in pieces because of somebody else's mistake is just so like insane to me. And I just think that we really have to do something to change it, because we don't want anything like that to happen again. And I just think that there just needs to be a change. That's it.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having the courage to come up. Anyone else? Yes.
My name is Gina Petrano, and I live on Colorado Avenue. I think a lot has been said tonight, and I'm happy to be here on behalf of Jackson and his family. We certainly are not paying our crossing guards nearly enough. I don't know what they get paid. I do not know them at all, but to see what they have to do every day for 3 schools, they work really hard. They do. And I just, on behalf of Jackson, I want to say, it's a school issue, I realize it, but we have high school kids on the high school level that are walking to school every day. They're trying to get to school. That should be celebrated by the community. They're showing up. They could skip school, right? It's beautiful out. It's 2 miles to go to school, 2 miles to walk home, but they're showing up. Our community, we have single parents, we have 2 working parents here. They need the support to get to school safely, to get home safely, whatever that means. I just, on behalf of Jackson, I just need to say that we can do better. We really can. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else from public? Seeing none, close public. Like to invite Chief Drew to come up and say a few words.
First of all, I want to say sorry to the family of Jackson. Terrible tragedy. I was there that morning. I don't have any words that can actually describe what his family and his friends and anybody else who had to pass through there had to deal with that morning. I listened to some of your concerns here tonight, and some of the stuff surprised me in reference to the lights in the school zones. While I was sitting here listening to the rest of your concerns, I emailed the entire department, and I directed our officers who are going to do our school checks tomorrow to ensure that every single light is working in all the school zones. I want to make sure that we don't get through tomorrow without having them fixed. As far as the question with the speed, I get it, I understand, I see it every day. I do a school check myself every single morning. I'm acting chief of police. I don't think any of us are exempt from being out there and being there to protect your children. I've instructed our traffic safety unit to focus on the school zones with our grant details that go out every day. I basically want you guys to know when you bring your children to school in the morning that we're there. We also do cover every single school for opening and closing. We'll try to make that more enforcement oriented. We're usually doing a security check. We're also handling calls that are coming in for service during those hours. We'll find a balance. We'll find a way to help you guys, and we'll find a way to make it better. Our traffic safety unit is also already in contact with the county road department, providing them the information that they requested and that we requested for them to take a look at the road itself. And we want to help. We want to make it better. We want to, listen, I'd love to say to you tonight, hey, start tomorrow, it's 25-mile-an-hour speed limit. I can't do that. I'm not going to lie to you. But what I can do is promise you that you'll see more officers out there, and we're going to try to make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you. We'll move on to council administration comments, starting with Mr. Starkey. No comments. Okay, thank you. Mayor Crate.
Thank you. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out tonight and representing Jackson's family. We do appreciate that. We appreciate all of your input, and we do take this very seriously. And all of the suggestions that were given, all the ideas that came from you, all the concerns that were heard this evening are noted. And as the Chief said, we are already in contact with the county to see what we can do on our end to help make sure they have all the information they need to make positive changes in that area. I do want to say that I had children that went to Brick Memorial as well. They're recent graduates. I know what that line looks like. I know what that traffic is every single morning, and my heart is broken, and I do not know how a mother recovers from what Jackson's mom has to deal with. So my prayers go out to her and her entire family, and to all the people who were there, and to his classmates and friends. Again, we do take this very seriously, and we appreciate you all coming out tonight and voicing your concerns and sharing your thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Bergen.
I have no further comments, thank you.
Thank you. Madam Clerk. Thank you. Madam Secretary. Councilman Albanese.
I just want to thank everybody for coming out, and my thoughts and prayers with everybody suffering from this awful tragedy, and we need to do better.
Thank you. Councilman Minikino.
Thank you. Just like we hear you, and we're gonna take some actions. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Reyna.
Yes. I want to thank each of you for being here, especially the young students who spoke, for sharing your thoughts, for sharing your compassion and support of Jackson, his parents, his siblings, and all his loved ones and this community. Over the course of this week, I was reading something that I thought was very fitting for this moment that I want to share. Goodbyes hurt the most when the story was not finished. I appreciate, again, all the words that were said here, but they're not just words. Action needs to be taken, and I fully support you all and this community in doing so. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Cohen.
I really didn't write anything because I want to do this from the heart if I can get through it. When I read about this tragedy and what happened to Jackson and to this poor family and to our first responders, I actually cried. I broke down and cried. Scared the living heck out of me that one of our children died going to school at 7:30 in the morning. It should not have happened. I raised 7 children in this town. I'm a graduate of Brick Memorial High School, first graduating class, as were both of my brothers after me and all 7 of my children. I'm well familiar with Lanes Mill Road, and I have watched the escalation of the traffic on that road for the last 40 years. And it is just incredible, the amount of cars, the amount of traffic, the amount of disregard for the speed limit, disregard for stop signs, disregard even for our crossing guards that are out there risking their lives. And let me tell you, they definitely have nerves of steel, because I don't know that I would stand in front of these cars in this town. With that said, this council, I know that I'm going to speak for the entire council, that we're 110% behind you. We are going to do everything we possibly can, talking to the county, talking to our assemblyman about doing something about not just Lanesville Road, but every other road in town where we're running into these issues. As we continue to build in this town, we continue to build high-density housing, we're going to continue to see an increase in traffic. Massive amounts of traffic just going by Lanesville Road. If the high-density housing that we just passed at the Anchor Concrete site does go through, there's a good chance those children are going to be going to Lanesville School, and that's going to increase the traffic substantially. My background is in school transportation. I am a transportation coordinator for a public school. I teach the New Jersey School Transportation Coordinators class for Rutgers University. And I want the parents to know that a child is 70% more likely to get to school safely riding in a school bus across the country. School bus accidents account for less than 1% of all fatalities in motor vehicle accidents across the entire country. School bus transportation is the safest. Our issue in the state of New Jersey is that the state does not require sidewalks in order for a child to walk to school. 2.5 miles for a high schooler, 2 miles for elementary school. That would be preschool, 3-year-olds through 8th grade. A sidewalk is not required in the state of New Jersey. And that's something else that we need to absolutely push on our state legislators, that law needs to be changed. Brick is an extremely cognizant town when it comes to what we call hazardous busing and children crossing roads. This town does everything it can to make sure that our students are safe and transported safely and they're not walking down major roads. Unfortunately, Lanesville is not one of them. So again, my heart goes out to Jackson, to the whole Mueller family, to everyone, our first responders all the way down that had to deal with this tragedy, one that we shouldn't have dealt with. And my heart goes out to every single one of you, and I will do everything in my power to try to change what we have going on. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Travers.
I also want to make sure that I express my heartfelt condolences to Jackson's family, friends, and peers. As a mom of 3, it's impossible not to feel the weight of a tragedy like this. This loss has deeply affected our entire community, and I know my heart and the hearts of everyone up here are 100% with Jackson's family during this unimaginable time. You can really tell what a wonderful kid Jackson was by the outpouring of love and support from this community. I also want to make sure that I echo so many of the concerns that you all brought here tonight. I have 3 young children. My middle son went to Herbertsville, and I remember that line, the traffic, the crossing guards, and having the same feelings everyone else, you are all having. And I have a 2-year-old who I'm hoping goes to that school, and I hope by then, there's some changes as well. So again, I thank you so much to all of you for coming out here, and just know that we all hear you. So thank you.
Thank you. Council Vice President Ambrosino.
Thank you, Council President. I don't know how well I'm going to speak today. An unspeakable tragedy has been inflicted on our community. And I can see that in different ways it's being very deeply felt by a lot of our residents. I am absolutely confident that every single council member up here can relate to those feelings. I know that Councilman Cohen and Councilwoman Reyna have raised children in our town. I know that Councilman Minakino has done the same. Please know that Councilwoman Travers, Council President Fine, and myself, we live in this neighborhood. Amongst us, we've got 8 children that are of school age that attend these schools every day. We are on that road every day. I can commit to you as chair of the Public Safety Committee that we will make changes. We will ensure that those changes are made so that our children, our collective children, are protected and can continue to go to school safely, and we can all breathe easier. I also understand that a part of our healing process includes expressing ourselves and our feelings. So I sincerely thank each of you that has come out here tonight, was brave enough to get up and speak and express those feelings. Of course, we can't change what happened. We can't lessen the pain felt by the family and friends of Jackson, but I know that we can examine what can be changed moving forward. I think it came out here tonight several times that Lanes Mill is a county road. It's controlled by Ocean County. But know that our police department and our township has already opened that dialogue with the county in order to analyze, collect data so that we could substantiate for substantive changes on that road. We will work with the county, and effective immediately, I think Acting Chief True has communicated this. There is already an increased presence during school drop-off and school pickup at all of those schools. This is a tough moment for our town. It just is. But I am heartened to see that as a community we've come together in solidarity and in support of Jackson's family and also in one another. God bless Brick Township. Thank you.
Thank you. I also did not prepare anything for what I wanted to share. I wanted to hear from the residents first. I want to thank you all for coming out, especially the young residents. It takes tremendous courage to do what you did, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming up and saying what you said. Thank you for that. Council Vice President Ambrosino, you're right about expressing emotion. Where I'm at right now is anger. What happened was unacceptable. It should not have happened. And I assure you that change will be on the way. Thank you all for coming and expressing everything. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. The next scheduled meeting will be held here Tuesday, June 9th, 2026 at 7 p.m. Please note this meeting was recently added to the schedule. Can I have a motion and second to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.